Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Kesey. Damn, you just always got to be first with everything, huh? Welcome to All Signs Tarot. Tyler says, first week of college football and in all signs, it's a good day. You know what? I love that for you. I love that for us. Welcome to All Signs Tarot, you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the person that is on your mind, okay? Usually this is romantic. Doesn't have to be, but that's kind of where my focus is. Need this mic maybe a little bit closer here. Okay, that looks good. I am taking super chat questions today. As per usual, if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link in the description box below. You can also find that link. Is it over here? Over here. I'm not really sure where you're looking. I think it's over here. You can also find that link as the pinned comment in the chat box. Now, if you book your super chat question before 12 p.m. EST, so basically in 10 or 11 minutes, then you can get 20% off your question. So, what's going on, Nick? What's up, Christine? Good morning. Okay, so let's see here. Also, guys, keep in mind, I did a fun little individual reading theme this week for why your person thinks you're hot. So something to kind of not keep it so, wah, wah, I know sometimes the readings can get really negative. So I think it's nice to have a little bit of a pick me up during the week. So tomorrow is going to be Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn, and we're just basically moving backwards. On Monday, we're going to post Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and on and on it goes. So you can't expect that for the rest of this week. So expect a little bit of a pick me up. But what's up, Maria? How are you? What's up, Katie? Thank you so much, Maria. I really appreciate that. So now I'm going to ask, what sign would you like to start with? The first person that answers after I ask this question wins. So what sign are we starting with? I am so glad I got those blonde highlights in my hair. I didn't realize how bad I was dying. All right. So Katie wins. We got Libra. Codis. Too late on the draw, buddy. Katie wins, guys. I'm sorry. I love you, but Katie wins. Congratulations, Katie. All right. Codis came in with a close second. Tyler with a close third. Maybe next time. All right. So Libra, why is it doing that? Oh man, I must have accidentally did something. All right, what's going on, Libra? I hope that you guys are doing well. Today, we're going to be taking a look at you and your person and your guys' feelings for one another, what action you guys may end up taking. So first, we're going to read the first person as if it's you. Then we're going to read the second person as if it's your person. If you feel like you have to swap the roles, by all means, feel free to do so. So just try not to take it personally and just take the side that resonates, okay? So let's see. Show me Libra and their person. You have the Page of Cups for your feelings. How you view this person is the Chariot. We have Pisces and Cancer here. The Five of Cups reversed for your future actions. For your person, okay, Three of Pentacles and their feelings. How they see you is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Some of you could work with this person. The Wheel of Fortune for future actions. Okay. Tell me about that Page of Cups and Libra's feelings. Page of Cups again out of a different deck. Look at that. Page of Cups again. For some of you, this can be a new person. Okay, it doesn't have to be. If it is a new person, this can be maybe somebody that you work with, somebody you're trying to collaborate with, somebody that maybe if it's not even that, somebody that you just feel like you're on the same page with. You guys may have a similar goal that you have in mind that you're maybe working together to focus on to be able to achieve, or maybe that's something that you desire. there's a great admiration that you have for this person, whether it's somebody new or not. This is kind of like when you really, really love someone or you find them attractive and you just can't stop staring at them and you're looking at them lovingly, that's kind of your feelings for them. And there's like this very sweet innocence about your feelings. Like it feels as though you have good intentions. So that's what I really like about it. For some of you, you enjoy being creative with this person, or there may be some kind of creativity that this person potentially inspires within you. You feel like you learn a lot from them. Even if they're not necessarily trying to teach you something, it's like you feel as though you learn a lot from them. And maybe even vice versa. So let's look at that Chariot for how you see them. Wow. What's that Five of Swords? The Four of Swords reverse. Well, I like it. The Chariot, the Hierophant, the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords doesn't always necessarily have to be negative. Sometimes it can talk about somebody who's incredibly determined to make something work. Now, with the Chariot there, you may feel like this is somebody who has control, who's very determined, somebody who is taking action towards you, especially this coming week. So you may feel like they come and get in their car and take a drive to see you. Maybe you guys go on a little bit of a road trip, something like that. Or it's just that they're very determined to make this work. With that Hierophant there, this is somebody that you feel you could have a higher level of commitment with in one way or another. There's either a relationship here or a marriage, or there's some kind of foundation that you view as being built between the two of you, something that can withstand certain things, trials, tribulations, etc. You may feel like you and this person have similar values, religious or spiritual, not coincidences. You guys can relate to each other on a spiritual or religious level. But with that Five of Swords, you may wonder if there's something a bit deceptive. Like you may wonder if this person is really as committed as they say they are. And the Four of Swords reverse is clarifying that. I want one more for that Five of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. I think that you question whether or not they're actually that committed, because you may feel like they're not over something, or you may feel like they're still healing from something. And you may wonder if they're lying about being over maybe another person, or you wonder if maybe they're lying about being, overcoming some kind of addiction or some kind of issue that they struggled with or battled with for a while. And I think that you're kind of wondering if that's real or not. Wow, okay. I'm not gonna lie, Libra, you I definitely feel like sometimes you have your head in the clouds a little bit when it comes to this person, and that's not always a bad thing, right? I mean, those two Page of Cups just kind of sealed the deal for me, but then it's like you have the Seven of Cups here as well. The Five of Cups reversed to the Devil reversed and the Seven of Cups. Tell me about that Seven of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. If this is something new, Libra, you may have some other options that you're looking at. And you may be afraid to miss out on this person, okay? So that could definitely be it. If there are other options involved and you feel like you need to apologize about them, or maybe you feel like this person had other options and you feel like you need to forgive them, it just feels like you are being made aware of potentially some kind of illusion, or maybe wearing rose-colored glasses, something of that nature, where you're able to make something of it, where you're able to take something negative between this connection and turn it into something positive. So This can be where you're realizing maybe you've projected a little bit too much onto this person and you're trying to be more realistic. Maybe you do daydream about this person, you have fantasies about them, etc., but you may be feeling like there needs to be a better boundary or a healthier connection that's set between the two of you. This can be forgiveness or asking for forgiveness, so giving it or receiving, okay? Your person, in their feelings, they also have the Three of Pentacles. So some of you definitely do work with this person, or you guys just work well together. You know how to get along. You learn from one another. There's like a mutual respect there, I think. The Three of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands. So they feel like you guys are on the same page within reason and for the most part. I think with that Three of Wands reverse, though, they're getting a little impatient because they want something to happen faster than it actually is. So sometimes the Three of Wands reverse can be like where we have made a plan to go towards something or someone, and we're waiting to receive something back, or we're waiting for things to go into motion. But if it's not happening fast enough or in the way that we want, we can sometimes become a little frustrated. Now, this person is very inspired, motivated by you, or attracted to you, and so I feel like they want to make it work. But for some of you, it can be that they want more sex, or they want more intimacy, or they want intimacy faster than it's actually happening, especially if that's someone new. Why the Three of Wands reversed? The Justice. They may want a higher level. That's you. They're getting frustrated with you because they either feel like they're waiting on you to make a decision, which we were kind of seeing here, or they want some kind of higher level of commitment. It feels like they want something more than just intimacy, though. It doesn't feel like, oh, I just want to, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It doesn't feel like that. So they view you as the Eight of Pentacles reverse. Why? Eight of Pentacles reverse again? Whoa. So they view you as the Eight of Pentacles reverse, the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Cups. Okay. It's interesting because in your feelings is 2 pages, and they're both cups. And then this person views you as the King of Cups, which is great, right? The King of Cups is very mature. He or she, they're not gender specific. He or she is very stoic. They know how to hold space for others. They're somebody who's very easy to talk to. Maybe they don't always express their emotions, okay? But sometimes they do. It's mostly that they hold space for others. But with that 2 Eight of Pentacles reverse, they feel like, yes, you have feelings. Maybe you've shown those feelings, but they're looking for tangible results. They may feel like you're either critical of them or that you keep doing something the same way and nothing is really changing, because they're looking for progress. They're looking for effort. They're looking for you to maybe just stop distracting yourself, perhaps with other people, places, things, and focus more on them, I think. For some of you, this person worries that you'll get bored of them or that you are. Interesting. Because I'm starting to feel like this action that you're taking with that Five of Cups reverse, the Devil reverse, and the Seven of Cups, I kind of wonder if you messed up somewhere, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. I kind of wonder if you maybe messed up somewhere and now you're trying to make it right. Because there may be some things that potentially you've hidden a little bit, reverses if you need to, okay? But there may be some things perhaps you've hidden a little bit, but you're so stuck on the fantasy between you and this person that it's like you don't really want to look at it. You don't want to have to face something because you don't want to ruin the honeymoon phase, or you don't want to, I don't know, maybe deal with the conflict, whatever it is. But I do think that you are perhaps trying to figure out how you're going to be honest about something, because I don't think that you want to miss this opportunity. And I think that the way you view this person is that they're very determined to have a higher level of commitment. Like, you view them as not accepting anything less than that, because that Hierophant is there with that Queen of Pentacles. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune for your action. For their action, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I woke up really early this morning. Okay. If there was an ending between, there's clearly some kind of history here. Okay. Potentially. There may be some kind of history here. And I think if that's the case, this is somebody who's just wanting to move on from that. I don't think that they're trying to force anything, control anything. I don't think they're trying to put negative energy out there. And I think that if there is an apology or if they need to be forgiven or you do, I feel like that is present. I feel like that's present. And I think this is somebody who's likely coming together with you, having a very emotionally intelligent conversation. There's a reconciliation, especially if there's been some kind of separation. And I feel like this week that starts to go, that starts to move. Okay. So what's the first person's advice? The end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So maybe this is something that's been going on for a while. Maybe this has been very difficult. You know, this says full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is about maturity, taking your time, patience, things like this. And I think that the more that you incorporate those things into you and your character, I think the end of a tough cycle will actually approach. Okay. For the second person, you have Virgo. Okay. What are you asking him to do about that? So for the second person, if you're the second person, your advice, I feel like you have a very specific idea on how a relationship should go. And I really think that that's fine, but it's about hard work. It's very interesting to me that you and this person both have earth energy as your advice. So Capricorn is about, you know, taking your time, being incredibly mature, slow and steady wins the race, right? You're going to have to do the work and learn your lessons on the way there. Virgo is about being detail oriented, having a proper routine in place, incorporating better habits into your life. And that can also be relational. And I say that because Virgo is the natural ruler of the sixth house. And what comes after the sixth house? The seventh house. This is where we come into union with another person, where the sixth house is where we work out all of our crap so we don't bring our crap into the next relationship. Okay. So there may be some past things that you're needing to heal or kind of deal with, or maybe change your perspective a little bit. Virgo is a mutable sign, which means we're kind of a little bit more fluid in our thinking. We're able to kind of shift our shape based on what shape we're inside of, if that makes sense. And so I feel like it's asking you to kind of go with the flow a little bit and work out some kind of habits, and understand that it doesn't have to look a very specific way for you to be happy. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to compromise until your back breaks, but it doesn't have to be exactly in one way for you to be happy, if that makes sense. So, Libra, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot, Libra. Okay. Complexity, Kinez. What's up, Katie? Oh my goodness. Hey, Starla. Oh my God. You guys don't even know how long Starla has been following me for. You don't even know. Years. Like a decade, dude. That's crazy. Almost a freaking decade. I love you. Oh my God, Dawn, you're right. I totally forgot. Damn, I did promise I'd do Virgo first. Crap. All right, you guys are going to kill me, but I totally forgot I made a promise to Dawn that I would do Virgo today first. What's up, Top Flight? So I have to go back and do Virgo. I'm so sorry. But then we'll do Scorpio. I did promise that to Dawn. I'm so sorry, Dawn. Thank you for reminding me. What's up, Nicole? Oh, thank you, Katie. Finally, I got some freaking blonde highlights. I couldn't do it with the mousy brown anymore. I love my natural hair color, but I needed a little life. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do Virgo. I promised I would. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday, Virgos. I'm a Virgo. All right. All righty, let's do Virgo. Sorry about that, guys. All right, Virgo, what's going on? Today we're going to be taking a look at you and your person and your guys' feelings towards each other, actions, all that good stuff. Keep in mind that I'm going to read you as if you are the first person. I'm going to read the second person as if it's the person on your mind. If you feel like you have to swap roles, by all means, feel free to do so. These are just general readings. So if you want to book a personal, you can do so at my website at violettaalexis.com. So let's see. Your feelings for this person are the Nine of Cups reversed. There's something very specific that I feel like you want. There's something very specific I feel like you want that you feel like you're not getting or that you're not going to get. And I don't know what that is. The Four of Pentacles reverse for how you view them. Okay. Aw. The Two of Cups for your actions. Okay, I'm not mad at it. This person's feelings, the Seven of Wands. Oh, the Ten of Cups for how they view you. This could be a relationship or a marriage for some of you, or maybe you guys were intertwined in that way before. The Eight of Swords for their actions. Tell me about that Nine of Cups reversed. Ooh, Three of Swords. Oh, man. Something definitely happened between the two of you that crushed your fucking soul. With that Nine of Cups reversed to the Three of Swords and the Star, well, you know, the Nine of Cups is when somebody doesn't really get something that they wished for, that they really wanted. And whatever that thing was that you feel like you didn't get, it certainly didn't make you happy, but even more than that, it broke your heart and it crushed you in some way. But you got one even better because the Star is there. That is like a otherworldly kind of hope or dream or wish. Wishing upon a star, faith, hope, all of that stuff. And it seems like after the turmoil, after the heartache, after the bull crap, there is hope and there is healing. And it's either that you are, if you and this person are like done, and you're like, yeah, never, like there may be something that you're getting that you feel is better, that's more healing, or it's just that you're healing on your own. But because I see the Two of Cups for the action that you're taking towards this person for this week, it seems like it's between the two of you. So whatever did happen that hurt you, that broke you, etc., there's more to be discovered. There's more to understand. There's more to love about this person. There's more to adore about the relationship. I heard respect. Okay, I don't know why I heard that. Wow, how interesting. So you're viewing them as the Eight of Swords right here, and that's the action that they're showing up in next week. So I feel like you can see this person pretty clearly. Maybe you're really intuitive. You feel like they're afraid to go all in or that they're afraid to take a risk. Either due to some kind of past relationship that went wrong. It doesn't really feel like they're shutting you out exactly. Why is the Eight of Swords even there? The Six of Wands reversed. It's like you feel that they're shut down or closed off because they're unsure about where this is going to go. Like you feel as though they're confused or they're stuck in this insecurity or indecision around the connection because of some maybe past failure, or because they're fearing some kind of unwanted attention or fearing some lack of success in the connection. Tell me about that Four of Wands reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, for some of you, this person is like going out next week and it's pissing you off. Okay, for some of you, that can be it. But you're kind of looking at them like, do you even know what you want? Because it looks like they're a little inconsistent. And you can feel like sometimes this person is insecure, so they look for attention in like weird ways. Like, I don't know, I don't know, maybe they're posting pictures of themselves in their boxers on their Instagram, right? Nothing wrong with that, okay? But you're just like, what are you doing? You know, it's almost like you're looking at them like, are you that insecure? It's like they're doing something out of a form of insecurity, like they need some level of attention. You're like, what? I don't know. We have Gemini, Cancer, and Aquarius here. The Two of Cups, the Lovers reversed, and the Chariot. You seem to be like pretty in control of your emotions. What is that Lovers reversed? You really do love this person. Like I think you care for them a great deal. I think that there's some kind of there's something about the connection that makes you feel understood and you feel like you see them. And I think that you do, because you see them as the Eight of Swords and they're showing up later as the Eight of Swords. But you feel like if it's not going to be equal or it's not going to be reciprocal, you may like peace out, okay? But for others of you, there may be some kind of miscommunication, or you guys could be blaming one another for something, or maybe there is or was some kind of infidelity or something like that. But it seems like you're trying to balance that out. It seems like you're having a victory in whatever it is that you seem to be doing. So it looks positive. I feel like it's more so just a miscommunication, if I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like a miscommunication. But I think you guys can overcome that, especially with the way this person is seeing you. The Seven of Wands reversed, the Page of Swords, and the Empress reversed. Is this Empress reversed this person? No. Okay, so it's telling me that you're this Empress reversed in their feelings. So this person feels like you have a lot of insecurities yourself. You may be overbearing. Maybe you are passive aggressive. Maybe you're being petty. Maybe you're being possessive. Something like that they feel about you. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know you. Okay. It's just how they feel. And it's something that they're observing. They feel like they want to maintain the connection, but at the same time, they feel like they have to defend themselves from you, especially around like what you're thinking, maybe what you are perceiving online, etc. And they may feel like you have the wrong idea about them, and they feel like it's coming from a place of insecurity, like you question your own value. What's that Page of Swords? The Ace of Cups. This person loves you. They're trying to figure out how to, like, you have to understand that the Page of Swords is very curious. Okay, the Page of Swords is curious, right? The Page of Swords, he or she is very intelligent, is trying to become somebody who is, I guess, well-rounded or informed, okay? Well, what is this person trying to become informed about? The Ace of Cups. How can I love this person properly? Because they feel like you're insecure, and we're all insecure, honey, okay? All right, please. But they're trying to, I don't feel like they have bad intentions from what I can see. They love the shit out of you with that 10 of Cups. I mean, they really do love you. I really think that they love you with that 10 of Cups. They really do. I think you love them too. Or at least, you know, this seems like something that's already established. So if this is something new, I don't think this is your reading. This seems like something that's already established. Now it could be, okay? But they view you as a partner, somebody they have emotional stability with, somebody that is very emotionally supportive of them. The only thing that they feel like keeps you guys from this long-term relationship or going further or whatever it is because of your focus on the past. Whoa. Okay. The Eight of Swords, the Death reversed, and the Ten of Cups reversed. Now they're stuck in the past. They don't know what to do because of a past situation that happened between the two of you. There's something that they may feel like they don't want to let you go with the Death reverse, but there's something that they feel like needs to change, but they don't know how to change it. The only problem is that the Eight of Swords is self-imposed. So the Eight of Swords is not something that's happening to you. It's 100% in your control. You're just telling yourself that it's not in your control. So I'm not really like buying into it, to be honest. Okay. It's like, oh, well, I don't know what to do about it. Like, what? I don't know what you want me to change or something. It's like they know. I feel like they know. It's just, it's almost like Eight of Swords can be a little bit of a, you're being mean to me, kind of kind of energy. And the Ten of Cups reverse is like, well, I don't know how to support you. I don't, it's like they do. I feel like they do. Okay. What's the advice for the first person? A new romantic cycle begins. Okay. So if this is something that you just know is not going to work out, it can be that a new person comes into your life. For others of you, it can be that there's going to be a restart in this connection. It's going to be like totally fresh, out with the old, in with the new. A new moon in Libra, which is what this card says. Okay. A new moon in Libra can talk about a new relating to people. It can also represent a new connection, but it can represent on how we are being intimate with one another, how we're compromising, how we're implementing proper boundaries, etc. So something like that is your advice. For the second person, you have house 3. Oh. Well, this can be about your communication style. This can be about how you communicate. This can also be around like the way that you think. So maybe something needs to change in regards to that, or maybe you're just needing to communicate a little bit more clearly. For others of you, with that Page of Swords there, if you're having to defend something that you're doing online, I feel like just stop doing it, like if you feel like it's causing problems. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot, Virgo, and take care. All right. All right, there we go. All righty. Let's move on to Scorpio here. Thanks a lot, Kenneth. All right, let's see. Scorpio. Let's move on to Scorpio. Why is it doing that now? What's going on, Scorpio? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as if you are the first person. I'm going to refer to your person as if they are the second person. If you feel like you need to swap roles, by all means, feel free to do so. These are just general readings, okay? The world in your feelings. Seven of Swords reverse for how you see this person, okay? The moon reversed for your actions. Okay. And their feelings, we have the Temperance. We have Pisces and we have Sagittarius here. The Fool reverse for how they see you. Okay. I'm getting like a restless energy a little. The Seven of Cups for their actions. I do feel like they're trying to be quite optimistic here, but let's see. Oh, beautiful. We have Leo here as well. God, isn't this lovely? There's an emotional maturity here, in my opinion. I say that because the strength is Leo. Leo rules the heart. The world is Saturn. Saturn is very much about maturity. And I feel like there's an immense amount of growth, especially regarding you and your feelings and how you love. There's a maturity there. There's a sense of holding back. There's a sense of independence. So maybe you were codependent before. I don't really see that, at least this week. All right. But it feels like there's either closure or there's a maturity of the relationship. There is an evolution of the connection. And you seem to be getting what you want out of this. What's that Nine of Cups? The Hermit reversed. See, there's such a focus on the self as well. It's not just about you and this person. You have your own thing, or there's a level of independence that you have there where it's not just about you and this person. Like you have your autonomy. Tell me more about that Nine of Cups. Something that you've been fighting for a long time. Your mental health looks great. And not only are you getting something that you want, but there's an awareness of what you want. There's an awareness of what else you want with this person on an individual level. It just looks really healthy, at least in your feelings, because I really think that you guys have evolved. You've been on a journey, maybe with this person, but I think just in general, in regards to figuring out who you are. And when you figure out who you are, then you really know what you want. You know, I think that there are things that we think that we want when we're younger, right? There are things that we think that we want from just 5 years ago, but like people change and evolve, hopefully, right? And then those desires change. Wow, really? Wow, okay. Seven of Swords reversed, the World reversed, and the Queen of Cups reversed for how you view them. Okay. What is the Seven of Swords reversed exactly? Okay. It's kind of like at least the way you're viewing them, you feel like there's really no long-term planning or strategy. It's more like a little overly emotional. You look at them like they're really sensitive and they still have some unfinished business in regards to their emotions that they're working on. And that's okay, right? And I think that you think that they're working on that. What I like about it is that you do see them as taking accountability for that. You see them as taking accountability for maybe being too sensitive or maybe being overly emotional or just having some open-ended wounds that maybe have spilled onto you or the relationship. So what I like is that you're seeing them as taking or being accountable for that, but you also feel like they're not really long-term planning for this connection. It looks like you're seeing them as somebody who is maybe a little short term, or maybe they're not really sure what they want, or you know, you may view them like a person who's starting to get bored, or you know, just mm, being a little like there's like a kind of a, I don't want to say an immaturity maybe, okay, but it's like a little childlike. And you're like, okay, come on, like, get it, let's go, you know? It's very different from your feelings. It's like the opposite. Like the way that you view this person is the opposite of how you feel. Cause you feel like you're getting what you want and there's a maturity here and all of this. And like, it's like you're viewing them as not being where you are or like on your level or something. Oh, wow. Wow. The moon reversed twice. Look at that. The moon reversed, the Ten of Pentacles, and the moon reversed. You're thinking long term from what I see. You're thinking long term with that 10 of Pentacles. Why is the moon reversed? Or why are these moons reversed? The Wheel of Fortune. You fear that things are going to go back to a certain way that they were. I think that you want this person long term. I think you're committed, or you want to be committed. Maybe you want to get married or move in together or start a business together or something like that. But I think that you also fear that you guys are going to get stuck in an old pattern that you have been before. So let's see this person. Okay, I just heard that you think they're reactive. Okay. Temperance, King of Swords, Nine of Swords reverse. Is that King of Swords this person up here? Yes. Okay, so it's saying that you're this King of Swords. This person feels like sometimes you can be a bit detached, but I think that they also view you as somebody that has a good head on their shoulders, somebody who is conscious, somebody who is a little objective in their thinking, somebody who doesn't allow their emotions to get too, you know, like when making decisions, etc. And I feel like that brings them peace. They do seem to be at peace with where things are. I think that talking with you, like just hearing you talk or conversation or maybe a particular conversation has brought them some level of like, okay, I feel like maybe I can relax a little. They seem to be less stressed than they were. It feels like you're kind of taking the lead here. How they see you? Mm, okay. The Fool reversed, the Sun, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. They may feel like you're really not open to long-term commitment because you're apprehensive or there's a fear there. This person does look at you like their happy place, somebody who brings a lot of optimism, creativity, all of those good things into their life. But the Nine of Pentacles reverse can be like, oh, I have to prove that I'm good on my own or that I'm independent. Or sometimes it can be like trying to prove to another that you're worthy as well. So they may feel like your ego is kind of wrapped up in that in some way, like you're trying to prove to them or to others like how great you are or something like that. This person may feel as well like you act impulsively sometimes in the moment to be able to get something that you want or to be able to like, I don't know, show people that you're cool or like, how do I explain that? Like, oh yeah, don't worry guys, I got all the drinks tonight. And it's like, ew, do you? You know, or something like that. Okay. But that Sun is going to trump the rest of these cards. So I do think that they love you. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Why that Four of Pentacles? This person is like an intuitive or somebody that is, okay, I heard deeply magical. I don't even fucking talk like that. So I don't know why I heard that. But maybe they're into magic or somebody who's into the occult or into tarot. The high priestess can be like the tarot reader or the psychic, right? Sometimes, but it's also the very desirable woman. However, putting that aside, it's also somebody who's highly intuitive. They can really see through things. And this is somebody who feels like something may be a bit of an illusion or they're not really sure if what they're seeing is the right thing. But the high priestess is like where their intuition is right about something. And so they are listening to their intuition and they may be being a little bit quiet about something that they are perceiving because this is why they're held back, the Two of Swords reverse. There's either a decision that you've made or that you're making where they're like, okay, I need to take a step back, or they feel like they're seeing something. They're taking the blinders off and they're seeing something. What do they feel like they're seeing that's making them so... The Nine of Wands, I don't know. Something's just making them feel guarded. It's like, Give me one more. I'm going to take the Hangman. There's something very intuitive, something that this person is seeing something a different way. This person is being held back because they may feel like you're not really fighting for this in the way that they'd like, or you're not really willing to make sacrifices for the connection. Okay. So for the first person, you have don't let pride get in your way. Okay, well, I feel like that's self-explanatory. For the second person, mutable. Okay, so you have mutable energy, second person. It's asking you to surrender and it's asking you to welcome change. So it's asking you to be a little fluid in like your thinking or your feelings or whatever it is. So for the first person, your advice is don't be too prideful. And for the second person is basically like saying leave a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. If that resonates for you. So Scorpio, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. Thanks a lot, Scorpio, and good luck. Make sure you guys follow me on Hipsy as well. All right. Oh, what's up, Tom? Hi. What's up, Barbie? It's good to see you. All right, you guys, let me just grab some water and I'm going to use the bathroom and I will be right back. Hello. Okay. I was muted. What's up, Key? How you doing? All right, let's see here. Let's move on to Sagittarius. What's going on, Sagittarius? I hope that you guys are doing well. We're going to be taking a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as if you're the first person, and then I'm going to refer to your person as if they are the second person. If you need to swap the roles, by all means, feel free to do so. You have the Seven of Pentacles in your feelings. The Ten of Swords reversed for how you see them. The Nine of Wands reversed for your future actions this week towards them. The Four of Swords reversed for their feelings. How they see you is the Empress reversed. The High Priestess for their actions this week. Feels maybe a little quiet. Let's see. What's that Seven of Pentacles? Ooh, okay. Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay. So you're like invested, but at the same time, you're like, is this gonna take off? Is something gonna change? Am I going to get a return on this? What's going on? Because you don't really seem to be too happy with what's happening. And that could be because you feel like they're not maintaining the connection. You could feel maybe a little defensive or personal. It feels like you're personally offended by something that they're doing or not doing. The Seven of Wands can also be where we feel like we're being put in a competitive situation that's making us feel insecure or making us feel like our back's against the wall. What are we supposed to do with this? Can you tell me more about that Four of Cups? The Fool reverse. I feel like you believe that something isn't taking off in the way that you want it to. Like you're like, I can't trust this person, or I can't have a trust fall with this person. I don't think you can take it seriously. Some of you may have other suitors or people that are interested in you, and you're like, no, no, thanks. Like, appreciate it. Mm. For some of you, this can be a same-sex relationship. Is this Queen of Wands this person? No. So you're supposed to be this Queen of Wands in the way that you see yourself. You see them as walking away from you. They're walking away. They're not evolving. They're not over something. They're just walking away. And you're almost looking at them like, how? Because I think this is how you see yourself, the Queen of Wands, right? And hey, more power to you, quite frankly. But the Queen of Wands, she's she's a bad bitch, right? She's confident. She's a leader. She's the performer. She walks into a room, everybody stares kind of thing, right? She has people's attention. And you're just like, why can't I get this person's attention? Because I think that you do have other suitors or you have other people that are interested in you. But it's like, it's got to be this one. It's got to be this one, something like that. And now I'm definitely interested to see what they're thinking. So in your actions for this week is the Nine of Wands reversed, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Cups reversed. I feel like you're getting pissed. I hate to say that, right? But I feel like you're getting a little pissed. Like with the Nine of Wands reversed, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Cups reversed, you're starting to get frustrated. You're getting frustrated because you feel like you're fighting a losing battle. You're a little conflicted because you don't know if this, at this point, if this is even real or not. There could be some jealousies or insecurities that are being triggered. I'm just being real with you. And you could be giving into that. You could be allowing your ego to kind of take the lead a little bit. Don't do that. Like my biggest advice for you is not to do that, because you're going to find yourself doing things that you wouldn't normally do if your ego wasn't involved. And like it's really okay to have an ego. Like there's no shame about, we need an ego to survive and like live and do better in life. Like we all need an ego, but we just have to channel it properly. So let your ego work for you, not against you. So what I mean by that is instead of being like letting your ego make you like jealous or angry at them, take that shit and go into the gym. You know, be like, okay, well, I'm gonna be really, really hot this next summer, and you're gonna be pissed, or you know, whatever you got to tell yourself. You know what I mean? In order to do better for you, and all that's gonna do is benefit you. Because sometimes spite or jealousy or anger, whatever, our ego can be the gasoline in the tank of the car that's going to help us get to where we need to go. Now, we can't run off that all the time, but it certainly will help. It's like a booster. It's like a booster seat. You know what I mean? I don't understand. What does this person want with Sagittarius? Hmm. They want communication. Some of you may live at a distance from this person. I have Virgo and Gemini here, as well as Aries. I feel like they have something on their mind that they want to tell you. This is going to make you mad. But I'm just going to say it. This person believes that if they wanted to, they could have you. They have all of the confidence in the world that if they were to text you, you would respond, or if they were to ask you out, that you would go. I don't think that this person doesn't even really need to think about it. They definitely want communication, and they may feel pulled to communicate with you. But it's not really coming from a place of like cockiness. It's just like, oh yeah, like I could definitely, Sagittarius would say yes to me. Mhm. It's not coming from a place of ego though. It is coming from a healed place, at least in their feelings. They seem to want to what do they want to talk about? The Emperor reversed. Interesting, because they view you as the Empress reversed. If this person was like a controlling dickhead or somebody who was basically just really immature, passive aggressive, things like that, they may want to talk to you about that. Okay. Um, for others of you, if they feel like you are doing that, then they may have questions around it. Okay. But I feel like they have the intent to talk to you. There's a lot of Mercury energy in this person. Like the Four of Swords, air, Mercury is air, right? The Knight of Swords is Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. The Magician is Virgo and Gemini, both ruled by Mercury. This is Mercury and Sagittarius. This is like a very Mercury kind of mercurial kind of person. I don't know if they're like a Virgo or a Gemini or a rising of that. I don't know, but they're like a thinker. The Empress reverse for how they see you. Mm. Ooh. You gave a lot into something from the past and you got left empty-handed. That's how they see you. And I don't know if you did that with them or somewhere else, but they're looking at you like you're absolutely gorgeous or you're handsome or whatever gender you identify with. You have all that going on, but you don't see it. You are insecure. You're flooded with insecurities. You don't see your own beauty or handsomeness, but everybody else does. And they feel like that is the place that you act from. You act from a place of lack. You act from a place of insecurity. And you get really impatient or really fearful that you're going to lose something. They feel like you have maybe abandonment wounds or something like that. And so you press and you press and you press. And then it like blows up in your face or something like that. Doesn't mean it's true. I'm just telling you what they see. Okay. It's just their perspective. Tell me about that King of Pentacles reverse, the King of Wands. So this is the thing, okay? The High Priestess with the Two of Wands and the King of Pentacles. They're trying to listen to their intuition. They don't really seem to be doing a lot of talking per se. They're going to. I feel like they're going to with that Eight of Wands and that Knight of Swords. There's going to be some communication. But right now they're kind of playing it quiet. And I think it's because they're trying to listen to what their gut is telling them to do. what the right thing to do is. The Two of Wands tells me that there's a plan in place. The King of Pentacles reverse, though, is not necessarily something tangible. It's not really committing. The King of Wands is clarifying it, which tells me it's more rooted in like passion, or that may be the route that they kind of take. So instead of being like, oh, you know what, let's commit and be together, or let's buy a house together, or whatever it is, it's more like a playfulness. It's flirty, it's protective, it's good. But it's more based around fiery passion than like consistent. Yeah. Your dreams need a practical plan. So this is for the first person. And it says full moon in Taurus. So there could be something in regards to your self-worth or self-value that you're needing to focus on. So if you do have self-worth or self-value issues, it may be saying like, hey, it's time to like get in the gym, or it's time to go to therapy, right? Practical things to be able to resolve those issues. It can be around finances. Maybe you need to have a budget in place. Maybe you need to make a better entrepreneurial plan, whatever it is. Okay. So that's your own personal advice. For the second person, your advice is house 9. So house 9 can be about higher education, our belief systems, our philosophy, our worldview, essentially. And it can also be of the higher mind, where we don't get lost in the details and we think about the big picture. So it's asking you to look at this, or just things in general, on those terms. Okay. And some of you, this is definitely at a distance with house 9. House 9 can be like trips and travel, usually like a pretty long distance. Okay. So Sagittarius, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis, and you can book with me there. Take care. All right. Cool. What's up, RK? What's up, Auburn? Your hair goals are killer. Thank you. Thank you so much. How do you make your hair look so full and flowing? Well, I just got it cut. And so I just got it cut. So I got layers. Layers definitely help. When I run out of dry shampoo, okay, for my oily ass scalp, I put cornstarch in it. Little trick of the trade for you. I also use these little like rod things at night. So I don't ever I rarely put heat on my hair. I use these little rods where I dampen my hair at night and then put them in the rods, wrap them up, and then I wake up and it looks like that. So I never have to put heat on it, and my hair is super healthy. It's really, really great. What's up, Michaela? Nice to see you. Yeah, I have a really oily scalp, so I need to get some anti-dandruff like clarifying shampoo to help with that. But yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Capricorn. Thanks for the compliment, by the way. I gotta cut the back lawn after hearing the Capricorn and Pisces messages. Last message seems that I was going to meet someone who was kind of a bit on the shady side this week. Oh God, well, be careful. Thanks, Auburn. I appreciate that so much. I really appreciate that. Last week I was on my period, and I just like saw the videos back, and I was like, oh God, I look like crap. Oh my God. Like, I feel like my hair gets more greasy. My skin just looks like shit. Like, I absolutely I hated last week. Last week was for me. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Capricorn. What in the damn hell? Okay. Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay. You too, RK. Thanks a lot. What's up, Brittany? All right, Capricorn, I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as if you are the first person. I'm going to refer to your person as if they are the second person. If you feel like you got to swap the roles, by all means, feel free to do so. These are just general reads. Your feelings for this person, the Hangman reverse. How they, excuse me, how you see them is the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay. The Magician, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio. Ooh. The King of Swords reversed in their feelings. The Page of Wands for how they see you. We have Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. Sag again. Knight of Wands reversed. Ugh. I don't even want to clarify, dude. But we got to do what we got to do. The Hangman reversed with the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords reversed. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay. You're just like going about your business. You're just trying to handle the day to day. You know, you're trying to maybe maintain this or just kind of keep the balls in the air, but you seem to be totally like clueless. You're like, what is going on? You could feel like you don't have the perspective on this person's decision about you guys, or um why is that Queen of Swords reversed? The Ace, yeah, Ace of Swords reversed. I told you, like, you just don't have a clue about what the hell is going on. You seem really confused. You seem like, what are we confused about? The Page of Wands reversed. If this person is manipulating you, why this person is so immature, if you feel like they're immature, if you haven't heard from them, you're like, why haven't I heard from this person? Like, what the fuck is going on? Are they toying with me? You just like don't have a clue on what's going on. You're like, okay, well, what's the best course of action here? Because you it almost feels like it's like you feel left in the dark. Like you're just sitting in a dark room. I mean, this is pretty like point blank period. It's definitely making you upset. It's pissing you off. Because you just like don't have a clue on what the hell's going on. Yeah, see? Yeah, look at that. The way that you view them, look at this. The Knight of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed, Seven of Swords reversed. You feel like they have a guilty conscience. You feel like they're basically full of crap, that they're just going to tell you whatever it is that you want to hear, or you feel like they're just selling you a dream and giving you a lie at the same time, you know, put one in both hand, which one weighs more kind of deal. You don't feel like there's a reconciliation, or you just feel like you know that they're guilty about something and there's a refusal to admit what it is that you feel like they did. I just heard hello. It's like you're waiting in vain. What's that Judgment reversed about? The Ten of Wands reversed. You feel like they did this to themselves, that they just make things harder by not just being honest and taking accountability. Instead, you feel like they rather just like smoke and mirrors, you know, a little trick, a little magic trick, like a fucking adult magician. Speaking of the magician, And this is pretty like to the point. This is pretty to the point. What's that magician about? Oh, what's that devil? Oh, well, that's Capricorn, I suppose. It's like you're wishing on a dying star. I really hate to say that because it's so negative, but it's like you're wishing on a dying star. During this week, okay, you have the magician, the devil, the Six of Pentacles. You're manifesting connection. I think that you have confidence that you can do that, but it's almost like you're giving too much. You're giving too much out of fear of not receiving. You're giving too much out of attachment. You're giving too much out of, some kind of trauma bond, something like that. And that star reverse is clarifying that devil. It's like you really don't have any faith or hope in it, but you're giving to it anyway because it's just something that you're used to, or it's just something routine, or this is how you've always done relationships, or this person has you very fixated on this. You can't understand, because it's like that's what happens. Like when, especially if you've been like traumatized or gaslit your entire life, right? If you feel like there's a missing piece to the puzzle, you're going to try to fill that in with your own thinking and your own narrative, which is going to drive you crazy. Why is the King of Swords reversed? It's interesting that you have the Queen of Swords reversed in your feelings and they have the King of Swords reversed. They also feel like they don't have enough information. Like they don't really have a clue. They have the confidence that this is a connection that they enjoy, that they have good memories with you. It seems like their intent is to make more memories. But if the reason why the King of Swords is reversed is the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like they're not trying to attach too much to an outcome. It's kind of that energy of let go, let God, and I'll do what I can kind of thing. Because there are sweet feelings here that they have towards you. They're sweet feelings. For some of you, you could be younger than this person. That's not for all of you, but for some of you. Yeah, there's this very they feel like you like to act like you're all innocent, but you're really not. Page of Wands, Fool reverse, and the Sun reversed, whatever that means. They see you maybe reaching out to them this week, or maybe and they may feel like you're doing it on impulse, although you're a little bit pessimistic about the situation, but you're doing it anyway, because even when the Sun is reversed, it's still pretty positive. So it's like, oh, I doubt it, but I'm gonna push through it and try to have the faith anyway. You know what I mean? So I feel like you are giving them something. I know some of you were like, never, never, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like you like their picture on Instagram, or maybe you like their story or something like that. And they're like, oh, they feel like maybe you're doing it on impulse, or you're just kind of like, you don't have the confidence to fully reach out, or you don't have the confidence to go all in because you're apprehensive. What the hell? The Knight of Wands reversed, the Eight of Pentacles reversed with the King of Pentacles. It's weird because I just want to go with what I first thought, okay? What my intuition told me the first time. It's almost like they're trying to reel you in. And what I mean by that is it's this kind of inconsistent energy. So, what happens, right? Like, let me talk about narcissistic abuse for a second. I'm not saying this person's a narcissist, but it's reminding me of this. And I had a call with a client at like 8 a.m. this morning, called me on Hipsy, and we were talking about this. But narcissistic abuse starts out as the narcissist love bombing the victim, okay? And they love bomb the victim, and they love bomb the victim, and they love bomb the victim, and then they pull away. And then the victim is saying like, "Well, what did I do? What did I do for them to stop giving me that attention or that love? What do I need to do more of or less of to be able to get that back?" So it does something to your brain. And it's almost like they are the narcissist. I'm not saying they're a narcissist, but it's like something like that is kind of going on. But it's like, "Oh, but I'm committed," or, "Oh, like I'm here," but it's that push pull. I'm putting an effort that I'm not. Like I'm acting like I'm pulling an effort, but it's more of a show kind of deal. Why are they doing that? The Nine of Wands reverse. They could be paranoid. It can also be, I feel like this person is insecure that you're not in it for the right reasons. It feels like their own paranoia is getting in the way, and it can also feel like this, like losing a fight, fighting a losing battle kind of energy. Oh my God, Capricorn, what the hell? Yeah, I'd say so. For the first person, your advice is take time to breathe out. Do not overreact. Do not overreact. Don't let this pull you out of your element. Don't lose your right. This is asking you to try to chill, meditate on it, sleep on it, whatever you got to do. But I feel like you really need peace this week. Your planet Saturn is in its fall of Aries. It's about to go back into Pisces. Yay. You know? And so it's retrograde. So you guys are kind of dealing with a little bit anyway. For the person at the bottom, we have Libra. So Libra is about how we relate to others. It's about being considerate. It's about being fair and learning how to create harmony with other people. Okay. So it may be asking you to do that. Okay. For the second person. So Capricorn. Woo. That's what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. Thanks a lot, Cappy. Righty. Let's move on to Aquarius. What's up, Lori? Thank you so much. What's up, Mark? You're very welcome. Tom said, I am past driving myself crazy. I'm not. Okay. Complexity. Thank you so much, baby. I absolutely adore you. Thank you, Nicole. What's up, Leanne? All right. What's going on, Aquarius? I hope that what is going on with these? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as the first person. I'm going to refer to your person as the second person. If you feel like you got to swap them out, by all means, feel free to do so. More power to you. The Nine of Pentacles reversed for your feelings. The Five of Pentacles for how you see this person. And the Sun for your actions. Okay. Their feelings, Three of Swords. Yikes. The Judgment reverse for how they see you. Oh boy. Okay. The Knight of Swords reversed. for their future actions. Okay. What's that? Nine of Pentacles reversed, King of Swords reversed, and the Moon. You feel like, please reverse it if you need to, okay? Nine of Pentacles reversed with the King of Swords reversed and the Moon. I have Pisces and Aquarius here. I also have Scorpio. Okay. I feel like there may have been an ending at some point, and because of that ending, or some kind of change in the dynamic, for some reason you feel like you need to prove something to this person. But it's not like in a healthy way. It's not like, oh, I'm going to prove to you that I love you. It's more of a, um, I am going to gaslight you into thinking that you messed up and you're the idiot and I'm better than you or something like that. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be that extreme, okay? But it's giving that vibe. What's the Moon doing there? I feel like you're trying to get them to reach out. I think that what you're doing is you feel like you need to do something that is a little maybe either out of character, or it's kind of a manipulative way to get them to reach out. So, for instance, let's say, or to take notice of you or something like that. Let's say that you had a breakup with somebody, and maybe you put your value in how much money you make. And so what you do is you like rent a car and you post on Instagram that like this is your new car. I don't know, something that's obviously a terrible example. It's just right, but it's a manipulative tactic in order to get them to reach out. Or you know um maybe they used to follow you on Twitter, and then you want to try to make them jealous or something like that. You want to show them that, other people like you or something. And so then you end up following a bunch of girls or a bunch of guys that you feel like would make them jealous or something, so that they would reach out, or it's something like that. So, it's really not my favorite. Like I said, please reverse this if you need to. Is that King of Cups this person? Yes. Okay. So this King of Cups reverse is you and how you see them. The Five of Pentacles, the King of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Wands reversed. You feel like they're sad. This isn't my favorite reading. I think that you feel like they're sad. Um, so this is going to be really different. This is a really harsh reading. You may have told this person a lot of things that weren't true. And the reason that you may have told this person these things is because you may have been trying to attract them, or you may have wanted something from them. And if you felt like you didn't tell them what they wanted to hear, or, if you didn't, give them what they wanted, or something like that, that you wouldn't get what you wanted. You may have used information against this person in order to play against their insecurities. Okay. And now you feel like this person has either blocked you or left you out or stopped communicating, stopped maintaining this, because you may feel like they're intimidated, or you may feel like they're being very defensive, or it's kind of like a God, this is going to sound, damn, this, I'm sorry, this is a really intense reading. I hate to give readings like this, but it's almost like you view them as a rescue dog. Like, if you ever seen like a rescue dog in a pound or whatever it is, or shelter, and like you try to go and pet them and they're like freaking out, like, and you feel like you're a part of that problem. What is the intent here? Okay. You may have a bit of a change of heart with the way that you go about things, though. Now, for some of you, maybe it wasn't that deep. Maybe it was just that you weren't that emotionally open, and this person was like, yeah, well, I don't have anything to work with here, because you have the sun for the action that you're taking towards them. So you're trying to make them happy, or you're trying to shine a light on something about them, because you see that Queen of Pentacles reverse. Then we have the King of Wands. You're showing up as a king multiple times. Okay. Um, two of those kings are reversed, but in your future action, I like that it's a King of Wands in the upright, because you're taking action. You're trying to be comforting. It's like it feels like you're trying to cheer them up. And I asked, well, what's the intent here? You're trying to be a better man, or a better woman, but you're showing up as very masculine. Like, you seem to be trying to be better. You're trying to be better. So I'm not mad at it. Ooh, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Swords. The Knight of Swords can sometimes be somebody who has so much energy that they don't know what to do with it. That it feels like they're bursting from the seams. They have a lot to say, they have a lot on their mind, and it's about them being heartbroken. So this person feels like they're heartbroken, and I do believe that they want to tell you about yourself, and I think that they also have a lot of questions, but at the same time, they're asking, well, like, is it worth my peace? That feeling when you really want to contact someone and you're like, oh God, I just feel the urge to freaking text this person, or, I feel like they're trying not to do that. They know. I just heard they know. They're this Queen of Swords. They're this Queen of Swords. This is an intelligent person. Um, they've been through a lot. They've been hurt a lot, not just by you, but by a lot of people, I think. And they can see right through crap. But the thing is that they still have the courage to love people. They still have the courage to love. And this is somebody who sees you as a person who refuses to take accountability for your actions and how you got to where you are, or take accountability for why things haven't worked out in your life. They see you as selfish, honestly. They see you as somebody selfish. And potentially with bad coping mechanisms, because they see you as someone who, instead of just dealing with something and being honest with yourself about it, you rather like go and get drunk, or you rather sit and play video games all day, or you just want to be a turd, or you want to isolate or whatever. And they feel like they see right through that, because they have a lot that they want to say. Then we have that knight. Look, we have, for this person, we have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords reverse, and the Queen of Swords. Very swordy kind of energy. This can be another air sign for some of you. Tell me about that Knight of Swords reverse. Oof. Yeah, they have that urge. Eight of Wands reverse, Eight of Cups reverse. They have that urge to say something. But they're thinking twice. There does seem to be a revisitation of this, or maybe a reconciliation, perhaps. There's a lot that they're not saying. What is it that they're not saying? The Strength reverse. They feel like you're in your ego all the time. They feel like if they were to say this thing, it would make things worse. Aquarius, I swear, like, sometimes I just click into your guys' energy differently than I do anybody else's, and it's just really weird. Conclusions are within reach. This is your advice, first person. Okay, if we do what? The Ace of Wands reverse, you have to initiate this. I feel like you have to initiate this. For the second person, you have the Moon. Listen to your intuition. This is about your emotional needs, second person. This is about nurturing yourself, yes, and others, but you can't nurture anybody else if you're not taken care of. Point blank, period. Okay. So Aquarius, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. That was a reverse for some of you guys. Sorry, I can't help how the cards come out, okay? I understand that, Hayden. My mom's a Sag. My best friend's a Sag. My daughter's a Sag. Can't get away from them. Hey, 12th house stellium. No, we started with Libra and then we had to go back to Virgo and then we started from Scorpio and went our way that way. So unfortunately, Leo is going to be last, like Kenneth said. But that's just for today. Yeah, complexity's killing it with the links. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go ahead and move on to Pisces. What's going on, Pisces? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as the first person. I'm going to refer to the person on your mind as the second person. If you feel like you got to swap them, by all means, feel free to do so. Okay, 10 of Pentacles for your feelings. That's good. This could be a marriage or a relationship. Okay, 8 of Cups for how you see them. The Knight of Pentacles reversed for your actions. So we have Virgo here. The Queen of Swords reversed in their feelings. The Three of Cups reversed for how they see you. Their action is the Hermit. Lots of Virgo here. We also have Libra. Okay, tell me about that 10 of Pentacles. Okay. The 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups reverse. Okay. Well, I mean, you're either marriage or relationship minded, I guess you could say. You feel longevity with them. You see something long term out of this, or it's that this is already a long term relationship in some way, shape, or form. And you seem to have, or feel like you have, a lot to offer this person. You're willing to do the work. I also think that there's something that's already established about this connection that you believe needs to restart, needs to be something, needs to be integrated. Now, the Page of Cups reversed, what is that about? The Hermit reversed. Hmm. You may feel like you're a little bit more ready than you actually are. Okay. I think that there's some vulnerability needed. I think that there's some self-reflection that's also needed. The Hermit reverse can sometimes represent somebody who has gone through something and they're not quite ready to show this version of themselves to the world. They haven't yet completed the work. And there can be something emotionally there that you're still needing to work on. Maybe it's emotional self-awareness. Maybe it's emotional maturity. Reverse it if you need to. Okay. I feel like a lot of the readings are reversed today. I'm sorry, guys. Can I get one more on that Page of Cups reverse? The Judgment. Yeah, I think that there's still things you may need to take accountability for a little bit. Some big decisions that you need to make. And I don't think it's good. I don't think you can make these big decisions and put in the effort that you seem to desire to put in with this mindset. Because I think that there's some level of maturity and growth that's still needed in order to take this where you seem to want it to go. How you view this person is the Eight of Cups reversed. I mean, the Eight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles. You see how this person on this card or whatever this thing is like, yeah, God, you know, because this person's walking away because they feel like something is an illusion. They're just like, what? They're not getting it. They seem to be confused because there's either delays or a lack of maturity, or there's no real planning going on. So again, it seems like you have big dreams for the connection, the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, that's great. But with the Page of Cups reversed mindset. So a Page of Cups reversed mindset can sometimes be a victim mindset. It can be where it's like, oh, well, I really want to do this, but you are doing this, or you won't act like this, or you won't do, it's almost like you're giving the control or power to another person by evading some level of responsibility or accountability. And I think this person is like, forget it. Nope, just forget it. Just forget it. Like they seem to be getting pretty frustrated. They're like, I'm so bored with this narrative, or I'm so bored. Like, so they can't be getting to the point if they're not seeing tangible results, or if what I said is true, then they just don't want to deal with it. How funny. The Knight of Pentacles reversed with the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. Again, it's not, you have the right idea, you have the wrong mindset. Something seems to be a lot more about appearances, how you want it to look versus how it actually is. It's a stagnancy. There's no real planning. There's not enough effort to create something substantial that you want. Because I think what you want, I think that you want a happy home life or a relationship, but those things, like I could be like, oh yeah, I want to freaking become a bodybuilder. And then I turn around and I'm eating Snickers bars and I'm going to the gym, but I'm lifting little 2-pound dumbbells. Like, my muscles need some damn WD-40, right? That's not going to get me where I need to go. So it's like, right idea, wrong mindset. And so it seems like, because 4 plus 4, right, equals 8. Okay. It equals 8, right? 8 is the number of Saturn. Hard work. It's very earthy. It rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Determination. It's a very, it's a long-term mindset. So you may decide to take some alone time and think about things by yourself. This person's feelings, they are not picking up what you're putting down, buddy. We have Cancer, we have Scorpio, Taurus, Libra. Queen of Swords reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Chariot. To me, this looks like somebody who doesn't trust you to take control or take the wheel. They're getting frustrated because they feel like you're not getting it. That, like, you're not picking up what they're putting down. You're not on the same page as them. You're not getting the vision, man. It's like, so they're getting pissed. They're getting pissed and they're like, it's like somebody who, like, I'm picturing you and this person driving in the car and they're in the passenger seat and you're like, okay, we're going to get there. And they're like, you don't know where you're going. You don't even know how to read a map. Can you ask for directions? And you're like, no, we're going to get there. And they're like, oh my God, give me the damn wheel. And they're like trying to, but they're like making you get out of the car and they're getting in the driver's seat. It's kind of like, if that's what it feels like. What's the Three of Cups reversed precisely? The Three of Wands. For some of you, this person thinks that you have a third party, or they may feel like you have some kind of unresolved issue around a third party that you're keeping from them, or there's some kind of gossip, rumors, drama around the situation, potentially with someone at a distance. What's that unfinished business about? The Ten of Wands. Like, you still have some baggage that you're needing to take responsibility for. That's how they see you. And it's causing drama, something like that. So then we have the Hermit for this person, the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. They're like, what am I going to do here? You guys seem to be kind of going your separate ways, or just like taking a little time apart, maybe something like that. But this person's a little bit in isolation. This is a bit of a dark night of the soul. They kind of don't know what to think. They don't know what's what. They could be blocking you or just taking some time out to themselves. This person is finding themselves. And sometimes in order to do that, you kind of have to cut out other people, places, things. They're taking some alone time because they don't know what they're doing here, or they don't know what they want. Tell me about that Seven of Cups. The Page of Swords. Yeah, they're trying to figure it out. What do I do here? Also, it looks like, what do I do about Pisces? There's a level of intelligence that's being acquired on this person's journey, but it's very much a solo journey. Advice for the first person, hold your vision. Okay, great, right? You got a vision. You want this long-term yada, yada, yada. That's great. You got to be in the right mindset for it. There has to be an emotional maturity. This is fixed moon energy. Then we have Earth for the second person. So for the second person, your advice is to be grounded, patient, responsible, persistent, practical in regards to your decision making and what you're doing, especially regarding this relationship. If you can't see it, touch it, taste it, smell it, whatever, don't trust it for now. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a bunch. All right, we're getting a little shiny here. It's so freaking shiny, dude. All right. What's going on, Donna? What's up, Breezy? Hope I said that right. Tom, I hope your tango's going well. No, I studied. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Aries. Good for you, Don. I love that. All right. All right, what's going on, Aries? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as the first person. I'm going to refer to the person on your mind as the second person. If you got to swap the roles, feel free to do so. Okay. Show me Aries. Six of Wands reversed in your feelings. Okay. How you view them as the lovers. Okay. We got Gemini here. The Page of Swords for your actions. Gemini again. Okay. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for their feelings. God, I feel like a lot of these are reversed. The Four of Cups reversed for how they see you, and the Ace of Wands reversed for their future actions. Okay. Tell me about that Six of Wands reversed. Ooh. Oh boy. Six of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, and the Ten of Swords. Well, there's definitely an ending. You feel like it is done. You seem to be drained. You seem to be kind of walking around with your tail between your legs, or, you know, taking a nap. You feel like this may have caused some kind of drama or some kind of unwanted attention, or it's that you're attempting to avoid or evade some kind of unwanted attention or drama because you feel like it's draining. What happened with that Ten of Swords? The Six of Swords reverse. Somebody could have gone back to an ex, or there is some kind of old issue that popped back up that either blew up in your face or blew up in theirs. Jesus. You're definitely like feeling pretty stubborn about it too. You're like, I'm not going to offer shit. If they want to talk to me, they can come over here, you know, or something like that. Tell me about that Lovers. Oh, Five of Wands, Hierophant reverse. You feel like this is likely either the best sex you've ever had, or you view this as somebody who's very rare, somebody you don't come across every day. This is like a rare connection to you. You feel like there's something different about this person, something otherworldly, something ethereal, just a different kind of connection that you don't get all the time. But there was some kind of drama. Once again, there was some kind of drama. There was some kind of conflict, some kind of fight. It could have been around, maybe you feel like this person was trying to force you to believe in something or force an opinion down your throat. Or maybe you feel like you guys have different spiritual, religious beliefs, values, something like that. And you feel like this person is very stubborn around whatever it is that they're believing, whatever it is that they're arguing about. You feel like they will not they will not back down. But you feel the connection. Tell me more about that Five of Wands. The five of, yeah. You feel like no matter what you say or do, you're just going to lose. Like you can't, you feel like you cannot win an argument with this person. And you may be trying to de-escalate the situation by not giving attention to it. But it's like at the same time, you're like, I can't let this go. Like this is not like anybody I've ever met or something like that. Yeah, you're not letting this person go. You're just spying on them. Page of Swords, Five of Cups, Tower reversed. Been there. But you're not letting them go. You're not going to let this tower fall. You're not going to let them go. You seem to have a lot of regrets and sadness. There's almost a humility to this. And you're just watching them. You're watching what they're doing because I feel like you miss them. Tell me about that Five of Cups. The Eight of Swords reverse. You want to approach, but you're feeling insecure. Or you're wanting to, even if you're married to this person and you live in the same house, you know, for a while this week, maybe the first half of the week, you're like, I'm not going to talk to them. If they want to talk to me, they can talk to me first. You know, it's kind of that energy. But then like later in the week, you're like, you want something from the store? Okay. This person, their feelings, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands reverse, the Empress. So there may be another woman involved potentially, or another person involved that's creating a lot of chaos. They may feel like your attention is divided. For others of you, if that's not the case, I think that there's mutual love here. I really do. But this person may feel like you're inconsistent. So at one point, they may have been super lovey-dovey and just very loving, you know, like, it's okay, me, right? But then they got to this point where they felt like you just wanted attention or you were in your ego. So now they had to put on their Empress hat. The Empress hat is not going to chase you down. Empress hat is not going to coddle you. It's going to nurture if you give her something. If you put an offering at her feet, let's say, okay? But this is somebody who's like, no, I see my value. I know what my value is. Thank you so much. For some of you, it can be a same-sex relationship. Okay, it's not for all of you. This person knows their value. Doesn't mean they don't love you, but they also love them. Wow. Yeah, look at this. The Four of Cups reversed, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. I feel like they're this Queen of Cups because that's how they're showing up. This person feels like, tell me more about that Four of Cups reversed. The Ten of Pentacles. What's the Seven of Swords? The Lovers again, and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. It's actually kind of cute. It's actually kind of cute. It's kind of like what I was saying. You want something from the store? Because they do love you. There's something that you're doing where you may have lacked gratitude for this person, or you may have been a little immature, a little silly, so something like that. Okay, we all do it. But you're coming out of that, and it's because you may be buying them something, or you're showing up emotionally. Um, this person feels like you're not trying to show all your cards, almost like you're being a little shy about it. Because sometimes they feel like you avoid the conversation, or you avoid a deeper conversation because you just want to kind of like move ahead, but they're looking at you like you can't really skip past this, like you have to talk about this. But they see you as somebody that they either want to spend their life with, or somebody that they are spending their life with, or somebody that they're married to in a relationship with, or somebody that they could do that with. Because they see you as someone who's thinking long term, and you're trying to strategize about how to make the higher self decision to come together, because there is mutual love here. It's pretty beautiful. They're hurt. They seem to be hurt. The Ace of Wands reversed with the Three of Swords and the Six of Wands. I think that they want to give you attention. They want to give you validation. They want to be like, oh my God, you're just the love of my life, or you're the cutest guy, the cutest girl in the world, whatever it is. Okay. But they're heartbroken. They're hurting. They're hurting over something. And I think that they need that to be mended. Because they're not feeling intimate. They don't want to really be intimate. They don't, I feel like this is a woman. A lot of women, we need, I'm not saying men don't either, but like men can just have sex with no emotional connection, and not really without a thought in their head, right? Women, in order to truly love, like in order for the intimacy to, we need to have an emotional connection a lot of the times. And I feel like this person is like, I need something mended in order for me to be fully open to something. You know what I mean? Show the world the real you. So for the first person, your advice is to be authentic and to be very honest about who you are, what you want, etc. Like, show your cards. Show your cards. For the second person, your advice is house one. This is about you and putting yourself first. This is about your self-image, your approach to life, individuality. You need to focus on self, second person. And the first person needs to be more authentic. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you guys so much. For some of you, that was reversed. Okay. I do hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot, Aries, and take care. All right. All right. Oh my God, really, Lori? What's up, Faye? Hi. All right, let me shuffle some cards really quick and then we'll move on to Taurus. All right. Also, you guys, I will be available for one-on-one sessions all day on hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can either book a chat or a voice call session, or you can call or text in spontaneously and ask your questions as well. So something to keep in mind. All right, last shuffle. Okay, let's do Taurus. What's going on, Taurus? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as the first person. I'm going to refer to the person on your mind as the second person. If you got to swap the roles, do so, okay? The Death reversed in your feelings, Taurus. How you view this person is the King of Cups reversed, okay? Okay, the Devil reversed for your actions this week. Their feelings, the Five of Swords. I'm getting like a reactive, kind of silly. Ace of Pentacles reversed for how they see you. And the 10 of, I'm seeing 144 on the clock. That equates to 9. I don't know if the number 9 is significant to you or not. The 10 of Wands reversed for their actions this week. My goodness. Dare I? Let's see. What's that Death reversed? The Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. You seem to be very focused on your work this week, very focused on like a specific project. What is the Death reversed? The Ace of Swords reversed. You still feel like there's either something you don't know about the past between you and this person. You may feel like there's hidden information or something that you're not seeing about the past in order for things to change. You may be trying to put in effort, but it feels very cautious. You're putting in effort, slow and steady. You're trying to do the right thing, but you're really not going all in. You're being very cautious, being a little stingy. You know what I'm saying? You may be being a little greedy with your communication or how much effort you put in or how much money you spend or something like that. And I feel like it's because of something that's unresolved that you feel you don't have enough information about. You're like, yeah, I don't know, because I don't really know that truth about the past or something along those lines. You're trying to be responsible, though. How you view this person is the King of Cups reversed, the Two of Cups reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles. You feel like they're being self-focused. Okay. Like, I'm good on my own. I'm doing me. You know, what's good is it's not codependent. They seem to be at some kind of place of independence, enjoying the fruits of their labor. At least that's how you're seeing them. For some of you, you feel like this person is acting single while they're in a relationship or while they're talking to you, whatever it is. And you could feel like they're not really making you feel comfortable or understood. Like they're not, what's the right way to say it? Like they're not showing up for you emotionally in the way that you'd like. Tell me more about that King of Cups reversed. The High Priestess reversed. You feel like they're hiding something. And it may be that you kind of bring this up or you say something. If I'm going to be honest with you, you may be being a little paranoid. I'm not saying that you're not right about some things, but the High Priestess reverse is like, yeah, your intuition is wrong, or there's like a paranoia there. But I asked, like, why? Now, keep in mind, this is not a fact. This is just your perspective, right? So when I see the High Priestess reverse clarifying the King of Cups, you think that there's a secret being hidden, but I don't know if your intuition is right about that. So it could feel like this, maybe you're, I don't know. Tell me about that devil reversed. Okay. So Taurus, the devil reversed with the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands reversed. You're getting angry. Like you're getting either jealous or angry or pissed off. You seem to be disappointed. You may be rejecting this person. Why is the devil reversed? What is it? The Two of Wands. You may feel like they're making plans without you. Why is the Four of Cups there? The Temperance. You want more equal give and take and you feel like it's not happening. But you may also, if I'm going to be honest, Taurus, you may start to be aware of your own, like, don't hate me, okay? But you may start to be aware of your own anger issues or jealousy issues that you're dealing with. That's making you feel the way that you're feeling. I'm not, listen, I don't know. This person can be a total piece of crap. I mean, I don't know. I don't know this person. But it seems like you're starting to have this realization. I don't even know if you're really sharing it with this person, because sometimes the devil reverse can represent where we're feeling a little ashamed about something, and so we're not really saying anything about it. We're just like, I don't want to, and I think that you're realizing that you have to choose different or be different in order to receive different for like what you want. Now, for some of you, maybe this person is making you jealous or something like that, okay? And maybe you're like, yeah, F you or something, but it feels more like a realization about the self, to be honest. But I don't know, okay? Let's see. Let's see. The Five of Swords for their feelings with the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Swords there, though? One more. I'm getting two different storylines. For some of you, they are telling a third party to F off, but they're doing it in a way that is a little low vibe. It's a little like, I'm going to show you, I have my Taurus over here who loves me and cares about me, and I'm invested over here. It's like, oops, it's like they're trying to it's almost feels like for some of them they're trying to prove something to someone else. Okay. For others of you, they may get very frustrated because they feel like you're bringing in some kind of drama because you feel like you lack perspective. And so they seem to be very determined to show you how committed and invested they are. Because I do think that this person cares and loves for you with that 10 of Cups there and the 7 of Pentacles. And they seem to be invested, but they're getting a little impatient. Why? The 6 of Swords reversed, because the past keeps being brought up. Ace of Pentacles reversed for how they see you. Is that Emperor this person? Yes. Okay. So this Emperor is them in their eyes. Okay. Now, this is just their perspective. So maybe it's not necessarily the truth, but it is theirs. Okay. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to take the lead in this relationship, in this dynamic, in this connection. They're trying to put any petty feelings aside, and they're attempting to be more mature, and like I said, taking the lead in regards to the connection. They see you as giving to it, but also at the same time, the Ace of Pentacles reverse. It's like you're not planting any new seeds. It's like you're still giving to the situation, but they may feel like there's a little bit of a delay in how much you give. Because I told you, you are kind of being a little bit held back because you're being very cautious. What's this person's true intentions with Taurus? That's what I'm not understanding. I kind of wonder if they want more than what they're willing to offer. Because they definitely don't want to lose this, but they're getting frustrated because they feel like they had a plan, they've set out on a plan, and they're getting frustrated because it's not happening in the way that they want or happening as fast as they'd like. And they feel like it's because the past keeps either maybe catching up to them or you keep bringing up the past in some way. Sometimes I kind of feel like they want more than what they're willing to give. This is weird. What's that 10 of Wands reverse for their actions? The Queen of Swords reverse, the Four of Swords reverse. I feel like you're this Queen of Swords reverse. You seem to be getting really upset. And it's almost like they're getting, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. This person may feel like they have some kind of authority over you. Yeah, see, now they're being stingy. I don't want to deal with this. Four of Pentacles. I don't want to deal with this. What is this person willing to offer, Taurus? The Nine of Cups reverse. I feel like they want more than what they're willing to give. Nine of Cups reverse. For the first person, okay, whoever the first person was, you have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. What negativity? The Four of Wands reverse. If this is unstable or if there are some insecurities that may be affecting this, it's basically saying it's time to let those go. For the second person, you have Venus, okay? So this is about equal give and take. This is about giving and receiving love and finding the value and beauty in all things. Okay, so it may be saying there needs to be more equal give and take here. Okay. Oh, weird. All right, Taurus, thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. Thanks a lot, Taurus. Take care. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's move on to Gemini. What's going on, Gemini? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on between you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as the first person. I'm going to refer to the individual on your mind as the second person. If you got to flip the roles, by all means, feel free to do so. You have the Six of Swords reversed in your feelings. How you view them is the Ace of Cups. For some of you, this is new. Not for all of you. The Strength for your actions. We have Leo here. Six of Cups in their feelings. The Five of Wands for how they see you. The Page of Pentacles for their actions. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Six of Swords reversed in your feelings first. The Devil, we have Capricorn, and the Queen of Wands reversed, Aries as well. Ooh. Gemini, you may be very fixated, obsessive, or toxically attached to this person, and it's driving you crazy. Okay. There's this constant back and forth between you and this person around old unresolved issues, maybe constant mind games, back and forths, etc. At least that's how you feel. And it's driving you crazy. You feel like it's driving you fucking crazy. The Queen of Wands reversed becomes very angered, jealous, upset, pissed. In very rare cases, violent, okay? And so you can feel like that is occurring, and it's back and forth between the two of you, and you're having a hard time letting go. It almost feels impossible to leave this connection. What's that Devil? The King of Swords reverse. Because you feel like you don't know something, or you feel like this person is constantly gaslighting you or mentally abusing you in some way, or they're leading you. They're misleading you with misleading information. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite. Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands reversed, and the Judgment reversed for how you view this person. It's almost as if you view them as like, oh, let's just not talk about that. I don't want to address that. I don't really want to look at that. Let's just move on from that. Because you feel like, yes, they have love to give. Okay, great. So does everybody else. But you feel like they're not interested in taking accountability and making better decisions. You're looking at them like they're too paranoid to talk about the past or to bring it up. You may be like, let me see your phone, and they're like, no. Or you may feel like they are defensive a bit about the past and really not wanting to bring it up. Tell me about that Judgment reverse, the Moon. Yeah, you feel like there are hidden things, like they're not, you may as well feel like they're not, like they want to offer emotion, but when things get too complicated, they dip out. They want to be vulnerable, maybe want to be creative with you, they want to love you, but when it gets too difficult, when it's time to face the music, they're like, no, no, no. That's how you see it. The Strength, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Cups for what you're deciding to do this week. You're a little held back. For some of you, if you feel like this is just not working, this is not your cup of tea, you may explore your other options while still giving to this. I'm not going to lie. For others of you, you're trying not to get your head in the clouds because you may end up being a little uh, um, seduced by this and kind of forgetting this. Have you ever had that, like something with a person where, um, maybe you try to give them, maybe they do something wrong and then they try to give you love and they romance you and it's like all is forgotten and forgiven all of a sudden. It kind of feels like that. Tell me about that Seven of Cups. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles reversed. You're not really sure what to do about it because you feel the love, you have passion towards them, all this stuff, but you're feeling like you need to hold back because you feel like this is something that's unstable, chaotic, or something that you can't really handle. What's that Ten of Swords? The Ten of Cups reversed. What's that Magician doing? The Six of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Magician. Okay. So this person is thinking about you a lot this week. They're thinking a lot about the good memories, but the Ten of Swords makes me feel like they're feeling like something's over or that they're not being emotionally supported by you anymore. They may feel like no matter how much they pour into this, that nothing ever really comes of it, or it doesn't evolve, or it doesn't get better. And so they have the confidence that they can maybe try to, I don't know, make it happen. Tell me more about that Magician. But they feel it looks like they're manifesting the courage just to kind of like go quiet especially if you're asking them to take accountability for something. Because they seem to be walking away, or they feel like they need to, especially if you push too much about a situation. How they see you is the Five of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. I think that they feel like you forgive them a lot, or you pretend not to see your own drama. Or if this person feels like you create a lot of conflict, they feel like you're just like, oh, I don't know, like you don't take accountability for that. And they look at you like somebody who creates a lot of pointless drama in your guys' connection or your relationship, your dynamic. And then you're just kind of like, oh, well, let's just let it go. It's almost like a mirror, but in a different way. They do look at you like somebody who's taught them a lot. Maybe that they feel like you were put in their life for a reason as well, especially if they believe in God or something like that. What's that Two of Swords? The Sun reversed. They feel like you intentionally put blinders on because you want things to move forward. So it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, oh, let's not talk about that. Let me just love you. And then you get like totally phased by their love, you know? Like, oh, okay, well, just forget it. That's how they see you. What's that Five of Cups about? The World. The Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles reverse, and the Five of Cups. They seem to be trying to, I don't want to say butter you up because it's a Page of Pentacles. It's not really about like buttering somebody up. That might be more like the Page of Cups or the Page of Wands. I feel like with the Page of Pentacles, it's a genuine effort. It's something you can touch, feel, taste, smell, right? It's something tangible. It's there. And they feel like you are feeling insecure about a situation, and maybe they feel like you're being a little mean because you're upset, et cetera, et cetera. So they're trying to give you some level of closure so you won't be so upset. Give me one more on that Five of Cups. The yeah, they're trying to make you not upset. They're trying to like, ooh, let me galvanize this, or let me try to make things better. We have new moon in Cancer. Your loved one, you and your loved ones are safe. So for the first person, if you're like concerned about family, if you're concerned about your heart space, if you're concerned about your loved ones, maybe this person, it's trying to say that everything's going to be okay. For the second person, fixed. So this is about stability, persistence, loyalty, dependability. So it may be asking you to embody those qualities if this is something that you're wanting to work on, or just in general terms. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks a lot. Okay, cool. All righty. Okay. You're welcome, Infinite. It's nice to see you. Sorry, guys. The like chat was not moving for me. So if you guys were saying anything to me, I'm really sorry about that. What's up, Michael? You're welcome. Sorry. The chat was, I just realized like the chat was not moving for me earlier. Okay, cool. All right. Not to be weird, but I really got to pee, so I'll be right back. Okay, cool. All righty. Hello, Asian 82. We actually did Libra first. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on for you and your person. I'm going to refer to you as the first person. I'm going to refer to the person on your mind as the second person. If you got to swap them out, feel free to do so. Okay, the Four of Wands in your feelings. How you view this person is the Ace of Swords reversed. Okay. Okay, the Justice for your actions. That's good. Libra energy. And their feelings, the Six of Pentacles. Okay. The Nine of Swords reversed for how they see you. I feel like you're bringing them a little bit of peace here. The Emperor for their action. Aries. Okay. All right. Not looking too bad. What's that Four of Wands about? Oh. I heard I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. The Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles. Something is bringing you a lot of happiness, joy. You may feel like you want to celebrate with this person, or maybe you want to go out with this person. There's a reason to be happy. There's a reason to have joy. But you feel like with that Ten of Pentacles reverse, the way that this relationship is set up or the structure that it's been in isn't really working. Tell me about that Ten of Pentacles reverse, the Empress. Ooh, whoa. The Empress and the Emperor, huh? Ooh. You feel like you're worth more. Like I'm not saying that you think you're better than this person, but whatever's happening in the connection, you feel like you're worth more. And so it's like, okay, you're moving with caution and stuff like that, but you feel like you're not receiving enough. You're like, I don't know. I feel like, okay, like this is fun or whatever. I'm willing to take cautious action, educated action, I guess you could say. But you feel like something isn't really stable. Something is making you feel like it's not stable. And it makes me feel like you believe that, you have the belief that you're worth more than what is being given. Be careful of getting pregnant for some of you if that's not something that you want. Hmm. Like you're there, but I'm like, I don't know if this has longevity. Like I'm willing to work on it, but you feel like you're worth more than what is being given. The way that you see this person is the Ace of Swords reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Strength reversed. You kind of feel like they're full of shit a little bit. Why? The Six of Cups. You see them as somebody who doesn't always give you the full truth. You feel like they kind of embellish a little bit, and maybe that's coming from a place of ego. You may feel like they don't have a whole lot of self-control or they give into their weaknesses at times and you're like, that's not attractive to me. It's as if you see them as somebody who's a little underdeveloped. And for some of you, you feel like they're just a flat out liar. Okay. You may feel like they're just like a flat out liar. About what? About their feelings or how much they actually appreciate you? Whoa. That's your action for this week. The Justice, the Six of Wands reverse, and the Justice again. Double justice. I think what you want is, I think you want a higher level of commitment. That's what I think. But it's like you're not making a big deal about it. You're not like, oh, and even if you're already married to this person, it can just be that you keep chucking along, you're doing the right thing, you're doing what it is that you're supposed to do in this relationship, you're taking the honorable way, you're making sure that you're doing just the right thing, nothing that's going to go against your conscience. And you're not looking for some gratification, you're not looking for like a pat on the back, you're not looking for some gold star on your report card because you're doing the right thing. You're just doing the right thing. And so now I'm kind of wondering if that 10 of Pentacles reversed is you wanting more. Like, so again, I meant to finish this, but even if you're married to this person, you could feel like something could be better. Like they should be offering more, or they should be giving more, or um like something to that effect. What is this person's feelings? What's that 5 of Wands about? So I'm getting a couple of different things. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and the High Priestess. This may be somebody who finds you very desirable. They may feel like there's a lot of potential here, but there could be or could have been some drama around like a third party situation. What's that High Priestess? So this person is very well aware that they get in their ego sometimes, and that they can kind of act a little childish. They're very well aware of that. Like there's no secret about that. Like they're well aware of that. And they're wanting to give more to you, but I think that they're a little conflicted because I think that they only maybe have so much to give. And they really don't want to risk some kind of separation. Either that or they're hiding drama with a third party. Okay. So it's one of those. Okay. The 9 of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, and the Page of Swords. This is somebody who views you as a long-term commitment. Okay, this is a side note. For some of you, this person feels like you're very curious about spirituality or religion, or you're learning something. This is somebody who feels like you're almost as if you're a student of life, is what I'm getting with that. Okay, weird, weird. But they look at you like somebody who's loyal, somebody who's committed, curious. You ask them questions. Some of you could be on social media, or maybe you're spying on them, or they feel like you are, or whatever, but they feel like you're inquisitive, you're inquiring, you're curious, you're, flirty, cute, but also very grounded as well. For some of you, you can be younger than this person. That's not for all of you. The action that this person is taking. Wow, okay. What's that 7 of Pentacles reversed? The Chariot. So they seem to be growing a little impatient. The Emperor, the 7 of Pentacles reversed with the Fool. The 7 of Pentacles reversed is being clarified by your card, the Chariot. So they're getting a little impatient with the progress or the lack thereof. And they seem to be taking the initiative or taking control of the situation and jumping all the way in. Like they're jumping all the way in. Like they're taking a leap. They want to let go of past baggage. They want to give you what you're worth, is what I want to say, is what it looks like. So for the first person, your advice is communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So it's like, speak your mind is basically what it's saying. You need to speak your mind. You need to talk. Open your mouth. Okay. Second person, you have fire. So this is about confidence, bravery, taking initiative, passion. So you may be needing to be the one, second person, to take initiative in this, to kind of light the fire yourself and get things going. And first person, you need to be more communicative and open about what you want or something like that. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much. I hope you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All righty. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Leo. God, I can't believe it's already freaking Virgo season. I just really can't believe that. Holy crap. All right, let's see. What's up, Be Wise? Let's do Leo. What's going on, Leo? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. In your feelings, Two of Pentacles reverse. You may not really know what to do here. Two of Wands reverse is how you see them. Okay. The Two of Swords, 222 on the table. Interesting. And their feelings, Queen of Pentacles reversed. So we have Capricorn here. Three of Wands for how they see you. They may feel like you're waiting on them. And then the Hierophant for their action, Taurus. Okay. Tell me about that Two of Pentacles reversed. The Death reversed. The King of Cups reversed. So you're not really sure what to do about a past situation between you and this person. You feel pretty confused. You don't know whether to change something, to let go, or if something even needs to change at all. You're not letting go of them, but you're also not really showing up as emotionally vulnerable. To be honest, you feel stuck on them, but you just look confused, like you don't really know what to do here. You could feel like things are a little chaotic emotionally right now. What's that Death reversed? The Two of Wands, 2222. That number could be significant for you. You're not sure whether to let go or keep going. Tell me about that. Why the King of Cups reversed? The Three of Pentacles. Some of you could work with this person, but I really feel like you want to get on the same page, but you're not really sure how. You're not really comfortable right now with being vulnerable by any means, or even holding a space for them to do that. You're kind of like, okay, well, do I just drop this? Like, what am I doing here? Tell me more about that Death reverse. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. Because I think you still have this, like, you feel like you still have this thing to prove to them, or even really prove to yourself that you're valuable or that you have something to offer. And it's like, well, you know, but you may understand that and you may know that about yourself. And so you're just like, well, I don't know if I should do that. How you view them is the Queen of Cups. Wow. Queen and the King, but you're the King reversed. The Two of Wands reversed, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Wands reversed. You may feel like they have more feelings than they're willing to let on. You may be in love with this person. It may be mutual. But you feel like they're apprehensive or incredibly cautious. Like they're not willing to come out of their comfort zone emotionally. They're not really making any plans with you. They're just like there with their feelings. And so I'm getting like this energy of caution. You feel like there's a delay. Why? The Star. You're still hoping. You may want to heal things with this connection, but you may feel like they're delaying things. What does Leo think that this person wants from them? The Page of Wands. You feel like they don't want to communicate with you. You may feel like it's coming from a place of manipulation or not feeling confident, but it just feels like there's really no planning going on. Like they're not, you feel like they're not motivated to make something work. I think that you still have hope though. Okay. Your actions, the Two of Swords, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Hermit. You're not really doing anything. You're just kind of minding your P's and Q's. You're not really putting in an effort. You're just kind of alone. You're just kind of doing your own thing. I think that there's a bit of an avoidance going on, or you just like, you feel very stuck. Like, what do I do here? You got your blinders on. There's an indecision. It seems like this week you're taking more of a, like like a peaceful way out of things. You're kind of retracting into the world. A little bit inside of yourself. Mm. Tell me about that Hermit. 10 of Wands reverse. You're kind of at this point where you're like, well, I'm not going to put in an effort because I feel like I'll just be making things harder on myself. You may feel like this is kind of a lot to deal with, or something that you feel like you can't really handle. You're like, I can't do this right now. Like I can't do this because it's messing with you. Whoa, this person's feelings. Queen of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles reversed with the Seven of Swords. What's that Seven of Swords? The Five of Swords. This person feels like you guys were using each other. Like you guys were using each other. They seem to want to avoid that, like at all costs. They don't seem happy. They seem pretty pissed. And they may feel like you're sneaky or you're not telling all of the truth about something. And they're kind of at this point where they're like, okay, well, if this is just this mutual use, like there's something about that that they feel like isn't healthy or stable or practical or doesn't even make sense. And they feel like you're not really as supportive as you show. They feel like there's hidden motives or shady shit going on. The Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles reverse, and the Lovers. They may feel like this is a very different kind of connection, something that's very rare. They may feel like your guys' communication is good or whatever, but they may feel like this has gotten boring, or that you're bored, or you're waiting for them to come around while you're not really putting in an effort. Like you're waiting on some kind of connection without actually putting in the work to do so. This person may feel like you're being very critical of yourself or even of them. Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed. They feel like you're taking a passive approach to the connection. Like you're just not really doing anything. You're just kind of waiting. Like you're hoping or you're waiting. You're just waiting around for connection, but you're not actually putting in a substantial effort really. Okay. Yikes. This is interesting to me because you have the Hierophant with the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Lots of Earth energy. Why the Five of Pentacles? The Nine of Swords reverse. Oh, I heard it's just not worth it. What are they offering here? Is this to Leo? It almost feels like an opportunity that they're offering or a relationship out of like obligation or money or a business partnership. But it's almost like they're thinking, oh, it's just not worth it, or this is stressing me out. Or they may have some insecure, they may offer something and then kind of like go ghost or something like that. They may be feeling misunderstood, or it feels like something out of obligation and not like true passion and love. And I'm not saying they don't love you or anything. It just feels like obligation. Like, oh, I'm just got to do this out of obligation, you know, but they feel disconnected from you emotionally, or like it's not there, or something like that. Wow, what a freaking the energy is gaining momentum. What do you mean by that? The Seven of Wands reverse. So you may have a chance to either compete for this relationship, okay, if that's something that you care about, or to maintain it. So something may reach a culmination point where you may end up feeling very defensive or a little taken aback by something that this person says. So it feels like more of a warning than it does advice. Not like anything, oh my God, like it's the end of the world. Nothing like that. It's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're gonna talk about this. For the second person, you have Yang. So this is your advice. This is about being proactive, expressive, doing. It's more masculine energy. So it may be asking you to take a more masculine approach to the connection, or maybe just in general. But it may be saying that you be proactive about what? How about that? The Eight of Wands, about a conversation. You may need to open the line of communication to get perspective, or to have there may need to be some kind of compassionate conversation that's held between the two of you that you're needing to initiate in order to get or offer more perspective on something, so that there can be movement forward in whatever direction that looks like. Okay. So Leo, thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You're welcome, Complexity. Thank you so much for today. I appreciate that so much. Thank you to Kinez as well. All right, so now we are going to do super chat questions. What's up, Lori? I didn't even see you. What's going on, girl? Okay, let me take a little bit of a break and then I will be back to do the super chat questions, okay? You are welcome, sugar. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to kind of take a chill pill there for a second. I had to get myself some tea. Your voice starts to hurt after a while. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. We have, let me see. All right. What's up, number one? Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if karma will ever spin the block on her. Let's see. The Queen of Wands reversed, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So there could end up being something that moves forward with a particular masculine energy in her life that ends up making her quite jealous. She may end up becoming quite paranoid, upset, angry, insecure, etc. She could feel like she can't really take the lead in her own life because of some level of insecurity. What's causing that Queen of Wands reversed? The Tower. So something in her life could fall apart. It could end up falling apart. It could end up kind of withering away, crumbling down, where she's forced to kind of rebuild something. It seems to be making her quite insecure. It seems to be making her a little apprehensive on how to move forward. I do feel, however, that she has a strong male supporter or somebody who is trying to talk her through it in some way, but I do feel like something's going to end up crashing down that messes with her ego a little bit and her drive. What does she have against my client, against number one? What is her problem? The King of Pentacles reversed and the Star reversed. If you have an attachment to a masculine figure at work or somebody that you guys have a mutual correspondence with, she could be losing hope in regards to her connection with that person. So, for instance, if you really get along well with the boss, this is just an example. If you really get along well with the boss, she may be afraid that he's going to favor you and then you're going to end up getting the promotion that she wants or something like that. Okay. And I'm not saying that that's what it is, but there's something about a masculine figure here. One second. Okay. Um, is this person trying to get people to work against number one? She seems like she's just trying to rain on your parade. Like with that Eight of Swords, it feels like she's a little stuck on maybe something that you have. Maybe you're just a really fun person. Maybe she's just trying to be a killjoy. The Four of Wands can be somebody who has a reason to celebrate, who's having a good time. And the Eight of Swords is like, it's kind of like a rain on your parade or somebody kind of pissing in your Cheerios a little bit. Um, uh, I'm going to ask why in a second. But the High Priestess reverse, she could be very paranoid about you. Okay. So she may be projecting her own paranoias onto you for some reason. She may be assuming that you're talking badly about her. I feel like she is talking about you to somebody, specifically to a Libra or a feminine person. So like a woman or somebody who is feminine presenting. Okay. With that High Priestess reverse and that Queen of Swords. She's keeping secrets with another woman at work. Why is she trying to rain on her parade? What is the issue? The Four of Pentacles reverse. One more. She seems to be trying to protect her interests. She seems to be trying to protect her finances, her maybe relationships, her something like that. She's afraid that she's going to lose something because of you. And I feel like she's awkwardly suspicious of you for some reason. Your advice is balance spirituality and practicality and Jupiter. I feel like this is telling you to take the high road, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. I feel like you got to take the high road with something. I feel like you need to be higher minded, and I feel like you need to be the bigger person. As crappy as that is, right? Who the hell wants to do that? That sucks. But you will benefit if you do. Thanks a lot, number one. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I hope you will give me a rating on Hipsy to let me know how I did as well. We have number two. Okay. Is her gut right about this past person? I would say yes. I had to pull some extras to be sure. Yes. Uh, I would say yes. Especially if you feel like you're having like a bad feeling about this person, then I would say yes. Okay. Um, what happens if she lets go and is open to this new person trying to come in? Wow. The lovers, the five of wands reverse. I don't feel like it'd be an easy connection. I mean, the lovers can be like a twin flame, or the lovers can be a very rare connection, like something that you've never really experienced. I think that it will bring you peace. I do. I think that this connection could bring you potential peace. Now, this doesn't mean don't use your words or use some level of discernment that's important for you. Of course, right? And that goes with anything. But I do feel like this is a connection that could really bring you a higher perspective, something that feels different, unique. So yes, I think that you should open yourself up to this connection. Can I get just some general advice? The Chariot reverse is telling you not to force anything. Don't try to force anything. Don't lose control. Don't have a overreaction or allow fear to make decisions for you. We can so very much allow fear to control our entire lives. We let the fear of our maybe egos being hurt or our feelings being hurt or our fear of being judged ruin so many opportunities for us. Now, I'm not saying this is like your Prince Charming or anything like that, but don't let fear inhibit you. Okay. Thank you so much, number two. And thank you so much for your review earlier. I really appreciate that. That meant the world to me. All right, let me see. All right, number three. Okay. I see you in leadership. The strength card is very much about a leader, somebody who's a leader, somebody who is a leader in their field. So I feel like you could likely work for yourself potentially if that's something that you want. The strength is Leo. You know, Leo is the entrepreneur. It's the guy who's kind of his own boss. You know, he ventures out with confidence and with new bright ideas, and he can be very, very creative as well. He can also be like an actor or, you know, doing something in the entertainment field as well. It could be doing something creatively. That's Venus and Scorpio. You could do something like bartending if you wanted, okay, as well. But it just feels like the leader in your own life, something more creative, I think would benefit you. If that's something that you want. Now, of course, being the leader in your own life or being an entrepreneur and actually making it successful, it can definitely, you know, be a long time coming kind of thing, but it's telling you that you do have options. You just have to be willing to explore those options and then choose one, really. So I don't think that you would have a lack of options. It's just about you taking the lead and making a choice, really. But I feel like you could be an entrepreneur at some point. What about working remotely? The star reversed. What does she need to do to work more remotely? In order to work remotely, you would have to leave something behind. But that may cause a little bit of a struggle, or you can feel a little uncomfortable or not have a whole lot of faith or hope in it. And so it's saying that you can literally do whatever the fuck you want. Like honestly, excuse my French, but you can literally do whatever you want. And clearly with that strength there, trying to trigger you into becoming more of taking the lead in your own life, being a leader in your own life, it's trying to tell you to do that. But you have to know that you're a leader. You have to be in that mindset. And sometimes that means taking the higher road, right? Like we were talking about earlier. So it's asking you to think with a leader mentality. Wow. Okay. If you're not connected to anybody romantically, I feel like if you do venture out on your own and you do this, I do think you will get to a place where you start to uh, work smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? Where you're not working so hard, where you feel like maybe you can take vacations more, where you're really comfortable. And through that, you could end up meeting somebody with that King of Cups. So if you're not taken, you can meet a King of Cups person. This can be really good with making space for people. Like maybe you could be like a life coach, or maybe you can be somebody that's very supportive of other people finding their confidence through independence, not codependence, or maybe something with beauty, something like that, because this is Venus and Virgo. What are the next steps that she should take in order to get what it is that she wants? I feel like this is a time where you have to stop overthinking things or just thinking about what could be or idolizing the possibilities. I feel like you need to spend some time alone and really think about it and then take action instead of just like thinking about what could be or what you could do, and instead like take some time out for yourself and really think about how you're going to get there. Like, and sometimes you just need to do it, you know. Like when I started my tarot channel, like don't get me wrong, I studied the shit out of those cards and all of that, but I didn't want to sit around and wait anymore. I didn't want to sit around and like wait for everything to be perfect. And right now the South Node is transiting through Virgo, which is telling us to let go of perfectionism. Oh, if I just did this, or if I just lost 10 pounds, I could have this. If I just studied a little bit more, I could be this. No. Like, this is about, no, I think you just need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you need to believe. North Node and Pisces, I feel like you need to believe. I feel like you need to have faith in your dreams and your hopes and your wishes and all of those things. Imagine if the impossible was actually possible for you. If you knew that you could get exactly what you wanted, how high would you reach? Or would you sell yourself short because of fear or whatever? What's the blockage for her? Oh, what's that devil? So this is saying you don't need anybody's permission in order to make these changes for yourself. I think that you're caught in the wrong things. I think that you're focused on the wrong things. I'm not saying you're only focused on wrong things, but I think that there are certain things in your life that you're toxically attached to that you don't need to be. I think this is more so about being honest with yourself about what those are, whether it's addictions, dramatic coworkers, just drama in general, fears, etc. And you need to be honest with yourself about that if you want true success. Because I feel like you could even become, I don't know about famous, but you could get some kind of notoriety in this career, but you're needing to understand what kind of mindset that's going to take. Next step, the Knight of Swords. It's about just going for it. Get the information that you need. And so what I meant about the tarot thing earlier, I don't think I finished talking about that, but like, I didn't want to wait around to like book readings. I didn't want to wait around to like, oh, well, I don't want to post my first video yet because maybe I don't know the cards exact. No, you know what I did? I ended up making a freaking cheat sheet. I'm talking like these big bulletin board things, and I posted them behind the camera. And just in case I would forget what a card meant, I would check because I didn't want to wait around to make videos. You know, I didn't, like, who am I waiting for? Like, I don't have time for that. Nothing, it's not ever going to be perfect. Sometimes you just need to throw yourself to the wolves and see how you survive. Look, I just was talking about Pisces. We have a win-win outcome as forecast in Pisces. So once again, I was just talking about the North Node in Pisces. If you knew that you could fly so high, how high would you go? If you knew that you could reach for the stars, would you actually reach for them? If you knew that you could grab one, would you do it? And it's telling you that you have your cake and eat it too. But it's asking you how big you're willing to dream. Thanks a lot, number 3. I really appreciate it, and I would love a review from you. Thank you. Right? Starla, I know. I know it. All right, let's see. Number 4. Okay, how does this person's class view them? They may feel like there's something that you regretted or something that you may feel like you're a victim about. They feel like you may be letting that go. You're either forgiving someone or people, or you're letting go of some kind of past hurt or some kind of past issue. But they may feel like you're not really being vulnerable, or maybe you're lacking some kind of creativity in a situation, or you're lacking creativity in regards to resolving some kind of situation. But a lot of them may feel, or some of them may feel like you're a little emotionally immature for some reason, or that you play the victim card. And I'm not saying that that's true. It's just maybe how a couple people are viewing you for some reason. Thank you so much. Number 5. Okay. Where is this connection? Where will this connection be at or headed to within the next 3 months by December? Hmm. It's like Ace of Cups is good because it shows that there's some kind of offer, there's vulnerability, there's, there's love, right? And it's overflowing. It's a lot. But the Nine of Cups reverse can sometimes represent some kind of codependency. Okay, so now we're codependent on one another, where things can get a little icky. and they can become a little unhealthy. So I want to say it looks good, but it can end up becoming a little codependent. So just be cautious of that. Okay. Thank you so much. We have number 6. All right, let me see. All right. What does number 6's crush truly feel for number 6? This person is thinking about something that they want to say to you, but they're not really sure how to say it. 4 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles in reverse. There seems to be a little bit of confusion. They're not really sure how to handle like a specific situation. It seems like they want movement forward, or if there's some kind of distance between the two of you, they want to close that gap. But the 4 of Swords tells me that they're feeling like they need to spend a little alone time to be able to heal or think about things or think about what it is that they want to say. Why is the 4 of Swords there? 3 of Wands. Yeah, it's like they're kind of waiting to communicate. They're kind of trying to figure out what it is that they want to say or what the next plan is. It seems like they're planning something. Maybe a trip or a conversation. Tell me about that 8 of Wands. The Emperor reversed. Give me one more. The Hangman reversed. It feels like this person is trying to control your perspective of how something is going or how something is gone. The Emperor reverse can be very controlling or passive aggressive, a little immature, especially in regards to the 8 of Wands, like their communication or their knowledge or what they know. And with that Hangman reverse, it's almost like this person is trying to control how you see them or how you perceive a particular situation. And so it seems like I don't want to, well, I heard the word plotting. Okay, that's interesting. It seems like they're trying to figure out how to communicate something to you so that way you see something their way, but it doesn't feel like it's with the best of intentions per se. Well, let me see. What is the intent with that 8 of Wands? The Knight of Wands? Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with the Knight of Wands, but it's not like a King of Pentacles or a King of Cups or something like that, right? It's the Knight of Wands. He's there for a good time, not always a long time. He kind of just wants to have fun. This person may not really want to take responsibility for something. They may not be necessarily willing to make some kind of sacrifice that you have expectations for. What's that 2 of Pentacles reversed? The Ace of Pentacles. Give me one more for that 2 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this conversation is going to determine how much effort they put into a situation. I feel like this person has a lot on their plate, or there's a lot going on in the connection right now that they feel like they can't handle. And it seems like they're trying to maneuver the relationship to go in a way that is more digestible for them. So I feel like there's potential for opportunity here and effort, but it feels very strategic. It feels very what does this person really want? What does this person really want with number 6? I'm going to pull an extra card for you. I don't know if they're like fully committing like that. It's like they're not evolving from something from the past. So whether they did something, you did something, they're not able to let it go, or they're not able to evolve or let go of that kind of behavior, which doesn't really make for a solid connection or a lot of emotional support. It can also be that they feel like no matter how much they pour into the connection or how much they do, that it's not enough or something like that. Okay. What are you asking her to believe in? That you could have more. Believe in the impossible with the 6 of Pentacles is saying believe that you can have more than what you're having now. What are you asking her to let go of? A Virgo or a Gemini, or South Node clarifying the clarified by the Magician and the Page of Pentacles. So it's saying just because someone has an intent to do something, if they don't do it, then it doesn't really matter. Just because, it's like somebody who's like, "Oh, I wanted to call you yesterday." Like, let's say it's a guy you've been dating for a while. "Oh, I wanted to call you yesterday, but I forgot." It's like, "No, you didn't call me yesterday because you didn't." Like, it's kind of the proof is in the pudding kind of energy a little bit. So, let go of what somebody's potential or intentions that they say they have, and only give effort where effort is received. Because this is saying that you can have more than what you're getting. The lesson is about commitment, values, morals, stability, building a solid foundation that you can actually build on. Because you can't build on anything. If you don't have a solid foundation, you obviously can't build. So it's saying that there clearly needs to be some healing here. But it's about your values. It's about commitment. The lesson is about commitment, learning from one another. I feel like this is a big learning process in general. And maybe what you guys don't realize is that you are a mentor to one another. And sometimes that can show up as a mirror, you know? Now, it doesn't have to say mentor on your resume, but something about that is very prevalent. Okay. Thanks a lot, number 6. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you. I love you, Starla. Shout out to sorry, I'm losing steam here. Shout out to Lori, shout out to Kinez, and shout out to Complexity. And Lori, thank you so much for doing the timestamps all the time. I greatly appreciate it. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.